Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the FAQ. This is my first one. Thank you for all of your questions. This is a kind of video that I never really thought I would ever do because I have this fear that no one would actually ask a question and then I'd be sitting there looking like nobody likes me. I was pleasantly surprised of all these questions that you guys wanted to ask and did. And so I'm going to do my best to answer them as quickly as I can because I think you guys know that I could spend an hour on one question. First question, if you won or was given $1 million, what would you do with the money? We have had this conversation around here for years. I mean, for people who do absolutely nothing to win the lottery or $1 million, I sure do have big plans for it if I ever just find it. You know, like somebody's just going to throw it on my doorstep one day and I'm going to go, yay! $1 million. Okay, well, $1 million doesn't go quite as far as it used to when we would make these plans. I mean, and after Uncle Sam gets done with it, let's just not even go there. I'd like to think that the first thing I would do is shave 10% off the top and go make Jesus proud, right? I think I would like to help the homeless and the poor, you know, the sick and the suffering, the children. We'd definitely wipe out any debt that we had. That would be stupid not to do that. And I would take the rest of it and put it in the bank, invest it in some way that I'm getting an income to supplement my retirement. What makes you happy? That's really broad, right? But truthfully, it doesn't take a lot. I'm mostly happy with just the simplest of things, right? Food in my belly, being warm when I'm cold and being cool when I'm hot. That makes me happy, and it makes me very happy to make other people happy. When everybody's happy, I'm happy. If there's no conflict going on, if everybody is happy, everybody has what they need, everybody has what they want, I'm happy. Because when it's not, mama just gets too stressed, right? So it's really not something major. It's just, that's it. What skincare products have made the biggest difference in your skin? Trophy Skin's Microderm MD. That is the skincare product that has made the biggest difference in my skin. How do you get liner in the Waterline to last? And what's your top tip for making lipstick last? It doesn't last. I've not met a product yet that actually stayed for like 8 hours. Now, it wears off on me in pieces. So like it might stay in the middle, but wear off in the inner and the outer. I'm constantly rubbing my eyes. That could have something to do with it. But I'm just good with reapplying. As far as lipstick goes, I would wear whatever lipstick in a liquid lipstick that I know looks good for a long time and doesn't wear off, okay? And when it does, it fades nicely. Other than that, say I'm going to go to a show or something, maybe I only need it to last for 4 to 5 hours. Then what I will do is I'll put on a coat of the lipstick and then I will blot and then I'll take translucent powder and powder it down and then put on another coat and blot. And I just do that a couple times and I don't have a problem. It stays. Do you wear makeup every day? No, I don't. Does Shy Guy hate lipstick like my guy does? No, actually, he doesn't. He never says anything. What has been your favorite makeup trend, past or present? I'm going to give it to contour and highlighting. You can take with contour and light, you can bring things forward, push things away and make yourself look better. So I really enjoyed contouring. How many kids do you have? I know that you've mentioned a son in the past, and is your husband pretty supportive of what you do? Okay, we have 5 children, and yes, he is supportive of anything I do. Anything I want to do, he's always been very supportive and stood behind me. I have to say, I'm very lucky in that regard. Okay, what shade of lipstick do you have on today? Looks fabulous on you. And this question was asked a long time ago. She's not talking about the lipstick I have on today, but rather the lipstick I was wearing when I posted asking for questions. And that lipstick was Revlon Soft Shell Pink. How many fellow YouTubers have I met in person? I have met 2 people. I've met Kristen Game and Mary Ellen. How many grandkids do you have? I remember seeing a couple on your channel not too long ago. We have 5. We have 4 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. If money was no object, what is the one makeup or skincare item that you would run out and buy? That hands down would be La Mer foundation. I love that foundation, but I can't make myself pay that for a bottle of it. If you could choose only one for free to work for you, would it be a chauffeur, chef, or maid? I bet I know. I bet you do too. It would be a maid. Okay, because I can cook, and even if I can't, we can go out to eat, and I very much enjoy doing that. And, well, Shy Guy is kind of my chauffeur, so I would choose a maid. How much money do you spend on makeup on an average month? I'll tell you this. I am platinum at Ulta, and I am rouge at Sephora. And that doesn't count the drugstore, so... There you go. That's all I'm admitting to. Okay? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. To what brand do you love the most? I'm going to be hesitating here to say Lancome. I know a lot of you think, because you've been here a long time, that it is Lancome. But you know how somebody will do something and you forgive them and you move on from it, but you kind of learned a lesson? That's me and Lancome. Okay, so now while I do completely understand this, because my channel is very small and the return of investment that they would get back giving me PR doesn't make sense to the bottom line. I get and understand that. However, when they brought Isabella Rossellini back into the picture, they brought her back into the fold and embraced that mature beauty should probably represent mature beauty. I reached out to Lancome and I told them in this email, pleaded my case that, you know, I am a member of the mature beauty community, one that brands almost always shun and pay no attention to, despite the fact that we are the ones with the most disposable income and buying most of their products, and that I had been buying Lancome from them for the last 40 years. I just wanted something, a lipstick, a something, you know, so that I could show that my favorite brand supported mature beauty. And they pretty much told me to go take a hike. So I thought, really? After all these years, all the money I've spent on you, I mean, it just hit me wrong. And like I said, I get it because I am a very small channel. It doesn't make sense to their bottom line. But then I don't think it makes sense to throw away money taking everybody to Paris to go try on something. How does that help their bottom line? So I don't know. That kind of left me with a sour taste in my mouth. And then I started looking at everything and noticed that I buy just as much YSL as I buy Lancome. And I don't know. I'm just thinking that most people would think that my answer to this question would be Lancome. I think if you were to look at my collection, you would probably say, no, it's really not. And it would depend on what product we're talking about. If you're talking about foundation, possibly it's going to be YSL. If you're talking about blush, it might be Becca, you know. So you see what I'm saying? I guess it would depend on what the product is as to what the brand is. What are your hobbies? I don't have any anymore. I guess it's YouTube. Were things I liked to do when I was younger that I can no longer do. For instance, bowling. I used to love to bowl. I refuse to get up there and roll the ball between my legs. So no, I'm not bowling. In fact, I think that might even hurt. How did you get started doing YouTube? And do you get a lot of negative comments? And if so, do you block people or just say whatever? I pretty much spent the whole 90s wearing no makeup and wearing my husband's clothes or scrubs. I mean, we didn't go anywhere or do anything that I needed to dress up for. When you got 5 kids that you're needing to try and entertain, put food in their mouth and pay for braces and all kinds of stuff, you don't spend a lot of money on yourself. By the time that I stepped back into wearing makeup, my face had aged and changed and I could no longer do the things I was doing before. What I did was I went on the internet and I looked at how to do eyeshadow. I mean, it was something really broad. And the thing that popped up was this thumbnail of a YouTube video starring Miss Jaclyn Hill. And it was green eyeshadow. I remember that. And I remember that her eyes were extraordinary, and I clicked on it. And I watched that video and went, because I'd never seen anybody do makeup like that. Think about it, back when I would have started wearing makeup and up to the point that I stopped wearing makeup, there wasn't all these makeup brushes and, you know, contouring out with your, nah, they didn't do that. So this mesmerized me a lot, and I watched every video then of her. Every video she had, I watched it. And I started doing those things myself, right? So Jaclyn Hill is responsible for me learning how to do my eye makeup again, but I had to adjust it for me because what she was doing still wasn't working for me. So a lot of trial and error went into it. I did not know there was a mature community. So the first 3 women that I found that were not young teeny boppers, as I call them, doing makeup was Angie from Hot and Flashy, Lana, Indiana, and Patty, Rockstar Mom. And they were all blonde. As far as I could tell, there was nobody to represent the brown-haired people, right? So I thought, brunettes, I'm a brunette, they're all blondes. I'll make a YouTube channel, and then maybe they'll be friends with me, okay? And I can, like, we can have our own little thing, a community. And I reached out to Lana, Indiana, Patty, Rockstar Mom, and Angie from Hot and Flashy. That's how Lana became my first subscriber to my channel. She was so sweet. And Lana lived right here in Indiana. That's why she was called Lana, Indiana. So to answer that question, then, yes, I kind of thought I was going to represent older women who were brunette. After I got started on my channel, I realized soon after that there was a whole community of women that were older here. And you know what? There was plenty who had brown hair. So they didn't need me after all. No, I don't get a lot of negative comments. I probably could count on my right hand how many bad negative comments I've ever got in the history of my channel thus far. Now, yeah, I mean, they were right. You can't argue if it's true. I mean, I'm not going to say I would never block somebody, because I might. There may be something that comes up, you know, that I would need to block. I think it would depend on what was happening, you know. I mean, if you were fighting in the comments with somebody, hurting somebody, saying something bad to someone else or whatever, you might get blocked on my channel. Have I deleted comments? I don't think I've ever deleted a comment yet. But that's not to say I wouldn't. But for the most part, if somebody's just speaking their mind and it's not aligned with what I think, then no, they're entitled to their opinion. Whatever. Say what you want. Do you, boo? If you could choose one skincare line for a whole year, what would it be? Mad Hippie. What is the most ridiculous thing you've been sent for consideration? I don't accept a lot of stuff. So I guess maybe some people might think it was the bidet, but I really like that product. So no, I'm not going to say that was ridiculous. I don't think that I've been sent anything ridiculous. What software do you use to edit your videos? iMovie. If you could wave a magic wand, would you change something about your face or your body? My body. Why is Shy Guy so shy? That's actually an oxymoron. Have you been invited to a makeup brand event? Oh, no. They don't care about me. I'm too small. Much, much too small. Have you ever been to a makeup convention like IMATS? No, I have not. Do you watch drama channels? If so, which ones? Okay, yes, I do. Actually, this is a new development. Okay, it started with this whole thing that's going on with the community, the beauty community, and like Laura Lee and Manny MUA and different ones, okay? So, I mean, I did not understand. People were talking about this, and I'm like, what's going on? Because I live under a rock, you know? I do my thing, and then I go about my business, right? Somebody had already told me in the past about this guy, Peter Mon, and he is older, okay? He's like not as old as me, but he's a handsome guy. I tell you, he's a silver fox. He's a handsome guy. But he lives here in Indiana, actually maybe only about 30 minutes from me, okay? So anyway, so they told me about him because like he sings. I've watched him enough to know he opens up singing. He has a shtick that he goes into, and he sings on his channel. I sing on my channel. We're sort of similar, joking around kind of personalities. We don't do the same thing, but enough to make somebody ask me if I knew him because we're both from Indiana. So I go check the guy out, right? And I'm like, what in the heck? First of all, I have watched a lot of his videos because I find him entertaining. The reason I watch Peter Mon is because I feel like I'm going to get what I want to know without the embellishment, without all the, I don't think that Peter Mon is genuinely happy anybody's having a tragedy. So I watch him so I can keep like at least a little bit in the know of what's going on in the community because I ain't got time for that. I don't watch all the time, just if something's going on. If there's something going on and I got to know what's going on because you guys ask things sometimes. I ain't got no clue what's going on. So I got to know what's going on. I just feel like I can trust what he's saying. And I know he's doing it from a place that's not meant to be like, ha, this is happening. Look what's happening. Okay? You know what I mean? Would you rather have a weekend at a beach, mountain, or spa? Spa. And who does the cooking in your house and what's their go-to dinner? I do all the cooking in our house, and I love tacos because they're fast, easy, and yummy. If you could speak to some of the younger beauty gurus on YouTube, what advice would you give? Beauty and life advice. And who, if any, would you like to collaborate with? And also, where do you think that YouTube will be in 5 to 10 years from now? Probably in the gutter. No, I don't think YouTube is going to go away, but it may evolve again. I think that actually because of question number 1, things are going to change. I don't know. I'm going to say that I would first say I hope that you are investing for your retirement because this career can go away just like that. And it did, or at least at the time of this recording, for a couple of people. So, nobody is guaranteed a tomorrow, and you don't know what's going to come around the bend. So I would say if you're young, you better be investing the money that you're making because it may dry up. I would learn a craft, learn a trade, because when this goes belly up, you need to be able to do something else. And you also want to make sure that you're not having to compromise your integrity because you're used to a certain amount of income. Once you lose your integrity, there's nothing after that. In my opinion, integrity is the most important thing you have, and you can't buy it. Once you lose your integrity, you just can't put that genie back in the bottle. Not very easily, anyway. I can say that it is something that's probably going to change YouTube and brands and influencers, and it should. This question could be a whole video. So, I'm just going to kind of move on from that. If you could have your own makeup line, what specific item would you release first? Example, lipstick, eyeshadow, etc. I would like to release a foundation, and not just a foundation, but a dual concealer with it. I would want to have a concealer. So I would like something like what Lancome used to have. My favorite foundation with them was a bottle, and it was the Visionaire, the Visionaire foundation that they discontinued. So it was a bottle of foundation, and I would like it to have skincare properties in it. Okay, so yummy skincare properties in it. And then the lid would be a double concealer. So one half of the concealer then would be something that you patted under your eyes that made your wrinkles and everything look better. And then the other would be to cover up age spots and things you didn't want but wanted to conceal. It's easy to say it though. What did you do when your kids were younger? And I think you mean for a living. So I was an x-ray tech. Were you a stay-at-home mom, or did you have additional job outside your home? Both. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I also was an x-ray tech. See, I had gotten to the point in my career where I was able to finagle a deal that I worked what nurses kind of do, where I worked every weekend, 2 16-hour shifts, and then I was home all through the week with my kids. So Shy Guy stayed home with them on the weekends, and I worked and I stayed home during the week. Do you like travel, or are you a homebody? I am a homebody, but one day I hope to be a traveler. I'm going to have to get over this panic thing first. What is your favorite skincare product, the one that you cannot live without? That would be the microdermabrasion machine. Do you have any crazy stories regarding your photography days that you can share with us? No. I have a ton of stories, and I cannot share them with you. Oh, okay, let me explain that my photography career was like all over the place. I did stock photography. Okay, so you guys may have heard of stock photography here, but it was different then. Back then, everybody shot on Kodachrome. And so you needed to actually understand what you were doing with film and a camera. You had to understand f-stops. You had to understand shutter speeds. You had to understand gray cards and metering and different film speeds, ISOs. And you had to know all this stuff, okay? So to be a photographer and sell stock, you would shoot a lot of times on spec, and then you would send it and get accepted with an agency, and then magazine covers in different places, books and billboards and stuff. They would go to these stock agencies when they didn't hire something out, and they would purchase. So a lot of my things were in magazines and books and stuff like that, right? Okay, so I did that. I shot food. I spent one summer shooting out at the track at the 500. I had a traveling portrait studio. I worked for several studios. Toward the end, I had a boudoir photography studio. Anyway, no, I'm not going to be able to share on this channel some of my stories. What is your absolute favorite foundation? Well, right now it's between two, and they're not new. It's the YSL Radiance Awakening and the Dior Air Flash. From the drugstore, definitely L'Oreal Pro Glow. How did you meet your hubby? Well, he was the new kid in town in my freshman year. Okay. Actually, that was the hit song at the time, too. He was the new kid in town by the Eagles. He was the new kid in town, and I met him on the school bus. Did you grow up in Indy? Yes, I did. Actually, I grew up about 10 minutes from here. What is your favorite thing to do besides raiding Ultra Trash? Yes, I remember that video. Okay, you've been here for a little bit then. It's probably Friday night. Friday night we watch movies and he makes me his popcorn. And then I eat it and then all week long complain from the weight I gained. What is your all-time favorite red lipstick? Well, that would be Marc Jacobs So Rouge. You cannot buy it anymore. So recently I went and got a tube of NARS Rita, and I'm hoping that that will satisfy me. What would your advice be to Minnie MUA and Laura Lee in order for them to make a comeback? All right, are we talking about for them to make a comeback with the brands or with YouTube, with their audience? I don't know that the brand thing is ever going to go back the way it was. I would hope not. So coming back to YouTube, I think they need to take some time off, regroup, figure out what you did wrong, and then come back if you're genuinely sorry and just speak from the heart. Don't give me any excuses. I don't want to hear your excuses. Grown-ups don't make excuses for what they did. All right? Own it. If you did something, own it. Owe up to it. Say you're sorry. Mean it. If you can't, don't come back. If calories and carbs didn't matter, what would be your favorite meal from appetizer to dessert? Oh gosh. We got to pick a genre of food. Okay, if it's a classic American food, is it Italian food? Is it Mexican food? What kind of food are we talking here? I would start off with a big old plate of French fries with bacon and cheese and ranch dressing. Yeah. Then I would have me a big old filet mignon, and it would be cooked perfectly medium well. A loaded baked potato for sure. Then I would probably finish all that off with a great big hot fudge sundae. And I don't mean what you get at the Dairy Queen. I'm not even talking about Culver's. I'm talking about Linder's. Does anybody remember Linder's? Okay, Linder's hot fudge sundae. Are you still doing keto lifestyle / low carb? If so, have you any good results? And do you cheat? And how often? All right, well, this is tough because I don't think that what I'm doing is keto by any stretch of the imagination. And for some people, it wouldn't even be low carb. I am trying to keep my carbs 60 or below per meal. Now, a lot of people say that's too many carbs, but I'm good. I understand that most of you that are doing the low carb diet are eating far less carbs than that. And, just even trying to do 60 carbs has showed me exactly why our nation has turned diabetic. Because, for example, on Friday night, if he had his way, we'd have pizza every Friday night. We don't do that very often because of carbs. I don't get fulfilled because the pizza, I can have 2 pieces. 2 pieces of pizza. That is it. And if I have anything more, I'm going to be pushing the carb limit that I know is already over the top for most of you. So if I make pizza, what I do is different. I will take like those low carb, la banderita tortillas, and those have 5 net carbs each, and I will make 2 of those and put pepperoni and cheese and stuff on it here. So that is more like low carb. But if I want to eat popcorn later in the night, I'll do it because I know that I had hardly any carbs at dinner. You see what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think I'm doing low carb, and I'm definitely not doing keto. I'm just kind of limiting my carbs from what they always have been. What do I do for a living? Do you work at home? I do work at home. All I can tell you is that I work at home on a computer. And that's all I'm at liberty to say. And how long have you been married? Legally married, 25 years. We've been together a lot longer than that. Just saying. Where did you get your amazing sense of humor? A lot of people would not agree with you that I have an amazing sense of humor, but that I am childish. I need to grow up. I don't know where I get my sense of humor. I want you to understand that neither of my parents act like me, or I don't act like either of my parents. Now, they are not without humor, but we're not the same. So I don't know where I get this. What is the most important thing you've learned from having a YouTube channel? How to take things less personal. Not because people are constantly attacking me, but I see how people are with other people. So I think that was an important lesson for me because I did used to take everything so personal. What is your favorite lipstick? That is too hard to answer. I will use 3 or 4 different lipsticks a day. I'll wear one, it wears off, I'll get another one. And I have lipsticks all over the place. I change lipsticks 2 or 3 times a day. What is your biggest accomplishment? Well, I think I'm supposed to say it's my kids, right? That having kids and raise them is probably my biggest accomplishment, but I don't think so. Okay, so now all the parents come for me that I got out of my way enough to know what I needed spiritually to be where I am today. If you could only keep 5 possessions, what would they be? Probably my identity would be something to prove. Let's say, God forbid, the house burned down, right? So I would need what was in the safe. Okay, so I would need my driver's license. The driver's license is in my purse, but I would need my license. I would need my passport. I would need the cash that's in there. I would need a social security card. That's a really hard question, but it would most likely be the things that I would need to start over or make people believe I am who I say I am. What is my best childhood memory? Oh my goodness, I have too many wonderful childhood memories. I mean, like right now, believe me, I'm sitting here talking and like Grandpa and the Bride doll and the fort. They're all like firing off in my head. I can't just tell you what my best one is. I'm sorry. What is the one thing that you've had enough of with current makeup traits and why? Cut crease. Because I can't do it. That's why. As a Christmas decorating fool, I want to know when you start decorating for Christmas. As late as I can get away with it. Wasn't always been the case. But I'll tell you what. I don't look forward to decorating for Christmas. I love going and seeing Christmas decorations and everyone else's. But I'm really not into decorating here. And it's because it hurts. And I don't want to drag it all down, put it all up, put it all away. I am the person who, if I could get by with it, would decorate the tree, throw a sheet over it, pull it off into the garage, and then pull it out the next year so I didn't have to do it again. Now, I wasn't always that way. But I am that way now because it just hurts. So I don't want to do it. I'm sorry, because you're a Christmas decorating fool. That was probably such a disappointing answer. What is your favorite photo that you have of yourself? It was a dramatic picture that I shot. And on black and white film, 400 speed, pushed to 800 so that it would be grainy. And the lighting was situated so that I had this Joan Crawford kind of hat on. And the light was coming through the netting on the hat to create a dramatic shadow on my face. And that picture I gave to my mother. I don't know where it is. I've not seen it, so I don't know. It's probably put up somewhere. I've not seen it like framed or anything, so I don't know where that picture is, but that was one of my favorite pictures I ever had of myself. What would be my dream place to visit? I wouldn't mind at all going to Israel. And I would love to walk in the steps of Jesus. But I can't go downtown without having a panic attack. So, I don't think that's going to happen. And the last question, is there a product you wished you had bought before it was sold out or discontinued? Yes, hands down, I got it. Okay, it was the Alice in Wonderland collection from Urban Decay. Alice in Wonderland is my thing. You guys know that probably. And I wish that I had bought that. But I kept looking at the packaging and thinking, where are you going to put this? And I should have bought it for display. I wish I had that. It would sit right back here where you guys could see it all the time because Alice is my thing. Guys, I know that was long, but I so enjoyed doing this for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't forget anybody because you guys know I would never do that intentionally. I would never leave you out. You guys are the best part of the Fritzy family, and I love you so much. I hope that you guys are having a blessed day, but if you're not, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you. See ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. Actually, depending on what the pill is, it might. I used to always try and contour my face with blush. It never really worked out. People would be like, somebody been choking you? So take it up. Never mind. When they brought Isabella her name is Isabella Rossellini. This necklace it's going down my shirt, dang it, because it just keeps getting caught on the desk. I don't know, the bidet? But I love that thing. Who doesn't want a clean hiney? Look at that. Nobody got time for that. Know what I mean, Jane? Nobody got time for that. Oops. Do I watch drama shows? Bruce! Beast! God, I hope he never sees this. Hang on. No, I'm gonna gonna hit myself in the face. I'll probably break my glasses. Let's just do this. Wait, I hit myself in the nose. Oh. Flamboyant with his fan. He goes like this. Wait, I can do it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh. Ow! Oh! Dang it. All right, how do they do that? Wait, they take a fan. All right. It is getting hot in here. All right, they take the fan somehow and they go. Boosh! No, he's saying beast. Beast! Oh, wait, I think I did it. What? Oh, wait, now I gotta do it over here. No, that's the wrong way. Oh, forget it. Drama channel's not in my future. And just if something's going on and I gotta know what's going on because I don't know what's going on, everybody gotta know what's going on. You gotta know what's going on if you're a nosy busybody. What did you do when your kids were younger? Pulled out my hair, screamed, hollered, hid under the bed, said, "Why me? Where did I get these children, Lord?" You look in her eyes, the music begins to play. Hopeless romantics, here we go again. Okay, guys, sing the chorus. I think you need to go away for a little bit and think about what you did. Go to your room. Manny, Laura, go to your rooms with no dinner. Think about what you did. I want you to write a 1,000-word apology to every... No, I'm just kidding. What is your biggest accomplishment? Raising my children. Because I tell you, there were days I thought I was going to kill them. Am I allowed to say that? If you could only keep 5 possessions, what would they be? Oh my gosh. This cup. I only need this cup. And this fan. I just need this cup and this fan. And this makeup brush. That's all I need. Just that cup and that fan and this makeup brush. This water bottle. I'm so obviously doing the jerk. You guys remember that? What is the one thing that you've had enough of with current makeup traits and why? Cut eye. Cut eye? What, people are cutting their eyes? No, that's not a thing. I hope you guys are still awake. Are you in there? I'm still awake? Hey, are you still awake? Wake up. Pay attention to me.